Welcome back. A couple of cases show up in one place, and suddenly you're seeing airport screening, health alerts, and that familiar feeling in your stomach. It looks like an overreaction, until you remember how fast small can become everywhere in a connected world. Today we're talking about Nipah virus, a disease that's usually hard to catch, but terrifyingly serious when it hits. So you've probably seen the headlines. Just a couple of cases of Nipah virus pop up, and suddenly entire regions go on high alert. And you have to wonder, why such a massive response for such a small number of people? Well, the answer isn't panic. It's actually a very calculated, rapid response plan designed to get way out ahead of the virus before it even has a chance to spread. Okay, so what exactly are we dealing with here? Let's break down what the Nipah virus actually is. At its heart, Nipah is what's known as a zoonotic virus. Now that's a sciencey term, but has a really simple meaning. It's a disease that can jump from animals to people. And this is a pretty common pattern for a lot of the new infectious diseases we're seeing pop up around the world. The natural home for Nipah, its main reservoir, is the fruit bat. What's kind of wild is that the bats can carry this virus and not even get sick. But when it spills over into humans, that's a totally different story. That's when it can cause a really severe illness, attacking the respiratory system. But the main danger, the most critical target, is the brain. Now, to really get a handle on the kind of threat we're talking about, it really helps to compare it to something we all know very, very well. So let's see how Nipah stacks up against COVID-19. And right here, you can see the fundamental difference. COVID-19, as we all remember, spread like wildfire. It was incredibly efficient, often moving through the air between people who didn't even feel sick yet. Nipah is different. It almost always requires very close physical contact to get from one person to another. This leads us to the most important takeaway of all. COVID was easy to catch. Nipah is usually hard to catch, but can be much worse for the patient. And that's really the bottom line here. Public health experts aren't worried that Nipah is going to cause some kind of global shutdown like COVID did, because it just doesn't spread that way. They are so vigilant because when an infection does occur, the consequences for that individual can be just catastrophic. It's the severity, not how easily it spreads, that drives this massive response. So if it's not spreading easily through the air, then how exactly does Nipah make that leap from bats to people? Let's trace the path. The journey is usually a three-step process. First, you have the fruit bats, the natural reservoir, contaminating something in the environment. A classic example from past outbreaks is raw date palm sap, which is a popular drink in some parts of the world. Then, a person drinks or touches that contaminated source. That's the spillover event. Finally, if that person becomes very sick, the virus can spread to other people through close contact. Most often, their family members or the health